choppy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm really sorry for the choppy video, but for whatever reason we've had issues with our camera and it's really, really not playing fair. So I'll do my best to keep it as good as I can get, which is probably that. Okay, so I am Jaden. I have been through the Cambridge Weight Plan and the 60-day challenge. I have finished it on Thursday there. I had done my final weigh-in on Friday, and I've posted everything. I've done all my vlogs. I've vlogged the journey since day 26. I wasn't too sure about vlogging, and then I'd started, and I just continued every day since. You can catch it on this YouTube channel if you want to have a wee look and follow the journey as I did do it. Again, so sorry for the video. So this is my girlfriend and consultant. So sorry for the video. So this is my girlfriend and consultant, Joanne.
Hiya.
We're both going to take you through as much as we can on the Cambridge Weight Plan, as well as any hints and tips that we might have to help you stay on plan, as I managed to do my full 60 days 100% with the intention going into it that I was going to fail. I did not intend to come in and go right through it 100%. I thought I would snack. I thought I would have issues doing, and I didn't. So, yeah, I'm going to give you any hints and tips that helped me, and we'll just do that part by part as we go along in the stream. If you've got any questions, please just post them in. The chat is open to everybody, so you should be able to just post any questions that you want, and we will answer them as the stream goes on. Or we'll have the Q&A at the end where you can just ask anything at all to do with the Cambridge Weight Plan. So yeah, we'll get stuck right in. We do have a wee kind of schedule thing here. So we have went through who I am. So I'll pass you on to Jo. She can give you a wee bit of information about herself, and then we'll go into why we started the weight plan. So,
hello. So I'm Joanne. I'm an independent Cambridge Weight Plan consultant. I've been accredited since January. So yeah, that's much about me. There you go.
Okay, so yeah, I went on the plan with the intention to lose the weight that I wanted to look good for my sister's wedding, which is on the 28th of July. And I have, as I said, just finished my 60-day challenge, which it wasn't a struggle. I got through it absolutely fine, and I will run you through some information for that as well. But I did want to lose the weight for my sister, look good for my sister, because I'm doing the dad figure thing for her because her dad's not here, and I'll be walking her down the aisle, first dance. I just wanted to look good and everything for her for her wedding day. So that was my intention for losing the weight. Now that I have finished my 60-day challenge on step 2, I am moving on to step 3 on Monday. I've taken the weekend off as we've had a family issue, and I couldn't deal with plan for this weekend with the issues that are going on. My gran recently just had a stroke, very massive. She's in critical condition, and I'm just not sure that I can deal with plan at the moment. But I am intending to go back on plan on Monday, and I have been vlogging every day since as well, and I will be vlogging every day from Monday right through for as long as I stay on plan. So I will keep you all up to date. So keep looking out for those videos, guys. I'll be there. Okay, Jo. So why are you on plan?
At the moment, I'm on plan because I've got a dress to get into for said wedding. I started doing the Cambridge Weight Plan basically because I was morbidly obese, and I was getting to the stage where my health was suffering. I was working in the restaurant trade, so I was working with a group of people a lot younger than me. And it's hourly rate, and as you know, most of these contracts are like minimum contract, and you don't get the hours. So basically, you need to work hard to prove yourself to be able to get the hours. Now, these young folks that are running about are a lot smaller than I was, and a lot niftier on their feet, and lazy as anything. But they looked the part, and they could look busy, and I just kind of was very big and very clumsy. I also suffered with plantar fasciitis, which is a problem with tendons in your feet, which is also aggravated by heavy weight loss, because basically every pound that you're carrying is an extra times four from your knees down the waist. So it's times four. Like if you're an extra pound over, then you're times four on your knees and times four on your feet. So basically, the pain threshold itself. I mean, I looked like a 90-year-old getting up and down because I was just in so much pain. And from a day's work, I couldn't even move off the couch. Mum and Dad noticed a big difference in me straight away, that I could actually move about a lot easier and get around a lot better. Plus, the biggest thing was that I couldn't fit between the tables. I could not get from one section to another section or very quickly or very easily, because as they pack them all in all restaurants, like a busy restaurant, I struggled to get through the tables. I mean, I didn't have any problems with customers and actually doing my job and that kind of thing, but health wise, it was suffering. I'm getting older, I need to. Things start getting sore when you get old, so I was just starting to actually take care of my body a wee bit better than I had been doing for a long time. And I tried everything. I'd done everything. I had major kind of food issues and problems with food. So I was looking to deal with more the psychological problem of why I became so heavy and so obese. I mean, at my highest, well, when I started, I was 18 stone 10. So I was basically, eating myself into an early grave. And I just decided it was like time. I was one of the customers in Nardini's, actually. He went to the doctor and he got told by his doctor if he didn't stop eating crap, then he was basically in for an early grave as well. And he kind of encouraged me to go along to meetings and things like that. And I was in getting a massage one day, saw a leaflet for the Cambridge Weight Plan, and like everybody in the world, I was very kind of skeptical, a bit scared, a bit like worried about what was going to happen. But I thought, something's got to change, otherwise this is just going to go bad. And just kind of never looked back since. It has been the only diet that has worked for me, and I've done them all, like Slimming World, Weight Watchers, Scottish Slimmers, counting points, counting calories, no eating, everything. I've done everything, and this is the only structured thing that I've been able to stick to and being able to just like push myself through. And because I was so successful in plan, and I'm so passionate about the Cambridge Weight Plan and how it can change people's lives, I decided to follow that through and become a consultant and help other people and spread the word of the Cambridge. And a lot of negative press out there for very low calorie diets, but there's so many different options on this plan that's actually unbelievable, and it has honestly changed my life for the better. So that's why I followed it through with being a consultant.
Definitely, and you've definitely helped me through my journey as well. My journey, again, I wasn't expecting it to do well. I intended to come in and lose a bit of weight and then just stop, but I have found the plan that good. It has worked for me that well. I mean, I was just hitting 18 stone. I've dropped now just above 15 stone. I'm 2 pounds off, and it's just amazing the feeling that I'm getting, how much energy I've had. I'm not feeling as heavy as I did. It's just been amazing. And on step 2, it's only 800 calories a day, and you just feel like you could run a marathon. You've got so much energy. So yeah, it definitely is a life changer. And I personally didn't find it that difficult to stay on plan. I did have a lot of help. I had a great consultant. The meals are actually so much better than people assume. They think that they hear weight plan diet and they assume straight away it's just shakes. It's not just shakes. Like, you've got your bars, you've got soups, you've got porridges, you've got actual meals, you've got ready meals that you just stick in the microwave. There's loads of things that they have on the Cambridge plan. So please don't just dismiss it straight away. Have a look into it. There is plenty of steps within the plan that we'll get into later as well. So that you can see the variety that we have. You can see behind us all the kind of products that we have available here. Like, we've got the savoury rice. Fair enough, the shakes are there, but the shakes are lovely. But you do have the rices, you've got couscous, you've lots and lots and lots of different things. The other wee tubs above it are all water flavourings, like, so that you have to drink an awful lot of water, and the water flavourings do help an awful lot with that. There's also a lot of things that you can do with the water flavourings that do help with any sugar cravings or sweetie tooths that you've got, or it really, really helps kill that craving that you get. And we will go a bit further into that as well for a couple of things that you can make using the water flavourings to kill that sweet tooth when and if you do get one. So the next part on it was I'm going to actually tell you about how I started. Like I'd said, I was just hitting 18 stone. I was 17 stone 13, and I did need to lose the weight. I do have before and after pictures in my vlogs. You can see everything. It's all there. It's over my Facebook as well if you want to have a wee look. It's just, I am absolutely staggered at how much this helped me in just 60 days. I mean, that is nearly 3 stone I went down in 60 days. I'm just stunned by it. I can tell you a couple of them. I have actually got my sheet for how I've been doing for every week and what I've lost and everything else. And my finals were, I'm so happy with them. I'm sorry, I can't read this. I'm sorry, I can't read that. I just want to know all the stats from what I have from when I started.
38.5 pounds down.
So I'm 38.5 pounds down completely, which is 15% of my entire body. And that's 13.5 inches off every part. Like, so I'm so chuffed. I got jeans and stuff at Christmas that I couldn't fit into that I'm now fitting into. I'm more comfy in my clothes. I don't have to wear. Fair enough, the things that I'm wearing now are really baggy, but honestly, I'm so chuffed that I can wear things that I was wearing like when I was in my 20s. So it's so good. I did start at a BMI of 39.9, which has now went down to 34.2. I know a lot of places don't deal in BMI anymore, but just through that itself is staggering. I did do a lot of weights and weight training and fitness instructing, swimming, lifeguarding. I done all of that when I was young, so I do have a lot of underneath muscle, which BMI, as you all know, doesn't take into account. So I am still classed as obese, but you can see from my before and after pictures, like I am very broad and I've got a good chunk of muscle there. So I'm just so happy that I can lose that bit of weight that's been holding me back for so long. What else were we at?
Even just your waist circumference has come down nearly 5 inches, and the health benefits. If you hold a lot of weight around your trunk, around your abdomen, it's the worst place to actually hold your weight. And so if your waist measurement goes down, then that is the greatest improvement on your health, because you're not having that fat pushing on your organs and actually damaging your health. So the more you can take off your waist, that's what they tend to actually run it on nowadays, is waist circumference as opposed to BMI. So like 5 inches, which is what, about that off your waist, which is
stunning.
Amazing. It's like the health benefits itself just outweigh any of the issues or side effects or anything that you would. I mean, I've had all the side effects that you could possibly get on plan, and I would choose it over anything time and time again, basically because it works for me.
Yeah. So Jo can now give you a wee bit of information if she wants about how she's getting on. If not, we can move on to some products that we do have and some nice sweeties that you can create using the water flavourings and other things as well that you can use on plan that help out. So are you wanting to?
I'll do a wee bit.
Yep, sure.
So Cambridge Weight Plan has been around for 30 plus years. It was created in the 1980s by a doctor in a hospital, basically looking at the best ways to lead obesity and eating disorders, that kind of thing, and did a lot of research into how people could lose weight quickly. And the people he was dealing with was people that couldn't exercise. So this was designed for people who had problems with like mobility, who were morbidly obese, maybe going in for operations. It is actually recommended by the health service if you're going in for those kind of operations to like lose weight quickly. That's what it was designed to do. So he did a lot of nutrition and stuff. Everything by Cambridge is 100% nutrition. So you are on the packs that you are on give you your complete nutrition for the day. That's why when consultants say you need to take your packs, you need to take your packs, basically because they have a third of your recommended daily allowance of all your vitamins and minerals in them, which means that your body works the way it should. So this has all been trained and all been done by doctors and laboratory tested and everything. So this is all nutritionally sound. There's a lot of people who say, "Oh, it's not medically safe." Well, we've got a team of doctors behind the Cambridge Weight Plan and developing the products every single day, testing the products, making sure they're safe. So that there's a lot of different plans out there. The Weight Watchers and have you ever actually read the back of a Weight Watchers like meal or anything and see what nutrition you get in that and what RDA you get in that, as opposed to Cambridge Weight Plan product? You go on that, your vitamin A, B, C, D, 33% for each product. That's why your minimum product is 3 products a day. There's different plans. There's 6 different plans on Cambridge Weight Plan. Well, there's 8 altogether, counting the TDR products. Okay, so your first product is suitable for females only under 5'8", and that is 3 products a day, and that is meal replacement products, and that is any products at all. If you want to have 3 bars, you can have 3 bars. We've got 8,
Sorry, guys.
That's all right. 8 different kinds of bars. That's a bit better. And what's my mouse? And we have soup and we have shakes, right? Everybody knows it as shakes, soups, and bars. When it came out in the 80s, it was a big hit. Everybody went for it. But the thing is, they abused it and they did it wrong. They didn't carry you through the steps. What it's designed to do is you drop the weight quickly. You then increase your calories so you can maintain your weight. You actually find the perfect, it's called a basal metabolic rate. So if you want to look that up, that's fine. It's how much your body needs calorie-wise to move and maintain weight. So you find that out through doing the plan properly. You need to do it properly, though. There's a lot of people go on it, lose the weight and go, "Oh, well, I'm light now, so I can go and have cake." But you can't, because basically you need to increase your calories, because 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories. Now that sounds like a lot of calories. I could eat that in a day. No bother. I could eat twice that in a day. Pre-plan. But if you even increase your calories by 500, which is maybe 1 extra meal or 1 extra chocolate bar or a latte or something, one day over a week, that's £1 on. And if you do that, or if you go out and you have a blowout and you have a pizza, right, there's 1,000 calories in a pizza. So you're talking, so you need to retrain your metabolism and retrain your body, and it strips it all back. So that's step 1A is 3 products, and I say 3 litres of water. The RDAs, well, what they prescribe is 2.25. I go for 3. I always say 3 litres of water. The next step up is step 1B. Those are both only products, no food involved in that. That is only for people who want to choose that and are suitably medical to be able to choose that, because it's not a one size fits all program. You have several different plans to actually be able to lose your weight, and not everything suits everybody. A lot of people would miss the food. There's a lot of people who've had eating issues in the past who are not allowed to go lower than a step. There's a lot of people who have medical issues who need to stay on a certain step. There's a lot of people who are too tall. So step 1B is for women over 5'8" and men, because men burn more calories, and apparently they do stuff. But apparently they need more calories to sit on their bums and do much. So I was going to say play the computer. Yeah.
Play the Xbox in my case.
Pretty much. So men need more calories basically to keep their metabolic rate just going and pumping along. Step 2 is
which I was on.
Yeah, which is the 800 calories as well. So your first calories, your step 1A is 600. Your step 1B is 800. Your step 2 is also 800, but it includes a meal. So you have your 3 Cambridge products. That gives you your full nutritional value. And you then have a protein high meal, which is basically protein and vegetables. And if you've seen the kinds of stuff that Jaden's been eating, you can do lots with it. It doesn't look like you're gonna have a lot, but you can actually stretch it and be very clever.
Yeah, you don't need a lot when you're on it. You just don't feel hungry at all. At any point, I felt like it's at some points the very last product I had to force myself to kind of eat it down. Not that it was horrible. It's really nice. It's just you're not hungry. You just don't feel that hunger like I need to eat. So you just feel like you just feel you're not hungry. So you are making up the product and just make it as nice as you can so you can eat it and enjoy it. We will get into that later about making the mousses and jellies. There's some kind of cheesecake looking one as well that you can get. There's a few that are really nice, and we will go into a wee bit of detail of them in a little bit from here. So we're moving on from step 2 to step 3.
Step 3 is a 150 calorie breakfast. However, if you want to swap your breakfast into your lunch, then that's cool as well. If you want to add it into your evening meal, it's basically an extra 200 calories. Now, this is good for people who do a lot of exercise. They can, step 2, your exercise wise, they advise light to moderate. So you're talking walking, swimming, no running marathons, even though you have enough energy you feel like you're running a marathon, but your body can't handle it because you've not got enough calories in you. So 1,000 calories. A lot of people who like to do 5Ks and stuff will do the 1,000 calories. So your 150 calorie breakfast or lunch, 2 Cambridge products, and a 400 calorie meal and a green salad with your lunch as well. So if you wanted to use that 150 calories for your breakfast and put it into your lunch and make like, I don't know, salad with eggs or salad with tuna and like some kind of protein, or even beans, things like that, like a tin of beans with a salad, it sounds bad, but I actually quite like it. But it's entirely up to yourself. And then your evening meal, there's lots of it's in the steps book that you get given by your consultant. It does cover what is the wise choice for you to have. So yeah, 400 calories could get you a McChicken sandwich, but is that going to fill you up? Don't think so. So that the way is to get smart with your calories for step 3. Step 4 is an extra 200 calories. Extra 200 calories. Sorry, just switch to the
double checking, just making sure.
Yeah, just making sure I'm giving you the right information. Because step 4 is still 2 Cambridge products. It is a 200 calorie breakfast, so you get an extra 50 calories there. A salad of green leaves for lunch, a 400 calorie meal, and a 100 calorie bonus. Now, the 100 calorie bonus is things like a piece of fruit. And we also have bonus bars that are 100 calories, which have nutrition in them as well. So you are kind of always getting your nutrition. You could also add in 300 mils of skimmed milk. And then your water intake through all steps, because water is very important to keep hydrated when you're on plan. Because if you're missing out the water from conventional food, then you need to replace it somehow. And that's why 3 litres of water for everything. And then your next step is step 5. And that goes up another. So you're talking about 1,500. And you've got 1 Cambridge product, a 200 calorie breakfast, a 400 calorie lunch, a 500 calorie dinner, and 100 calorie bonus. Basically, see, when I'm reading that, I don't think I could actually eat all that. A 300 calorie meal, 300 mils of skim milk also. So I'm just trying to think how I would actually work that, because that's a dinner and a dinner.
Yeah.
It's actually surprising how much plus a Cambridge product. So you could I know you don't like bars, but it's like a bar is a treat. Amazing, loving that. And then step 6 is basically maintenance. So that's when you go in the whole kind of world of foods. You can still have your Cambridge product, because I know a lot of people actually like them and would miss them when they didn't have them, because they are easy. They are easy for like a breakfast. You can have a quick shake, or you can have a bar. Having something like that you know has been nutritionally tested and you're not picking up like a snack bar, or you're not picking up like a chocolate bar. Like a lot of the new breakfast bars that they advertise as being really, really good for you, they are so full of crap, it's unbelievable. If you actually look at the back of that compared to the back of a Cambridge Weight Plan product, the nutritional value alone would just completely outstand you. But there's so much to choose from, and it's up to you. It's a tailor-made plan for yourself, so it's not a one-size-fits-all. There are people who are waiting for operations who are better on a lower plan or a higher plan. There's also an additional step, which is total diet replacement, TDR, which is a lower step. That's 450 calories for your 3 products a day. This is TDR is meal replacement only. So that's your 3 products and your meal replacement, your TDR 1B for products. So it's the same as sole source, but it's a limited range of products at a lower calorie. Now, the whole reason this is different is because of the EU regulations. So EU regulations say that very low calorie diets have to be 200 calories per product or over. But because they changed, the 150 calorie products were brought back in for people who wanted, if they were plateauing, wanted a wee boost or a wee bump start to actually just get the weight kind of coming off again. And it does kind of help because it can really shift the weight very quickly. If you're particularly needing to, at the moment, I'm on TDR step 1B with a group of consultants who are trialing the plan just to see what results we can get within 8 days. Now, you're talking from eating a normal diet to go straight onto plan. In 8 days, the average weight loss was 8 pounds. And that I would probably take 3 to 4 weeks to lose that on Weight Watchers. It is a fast way to lose weight, but it's a tool that you use to change your life. It's sort of like it gets the weight off fast, but you need to work at keeping it off, and that's the hard part.
Yeah, it's the reason that I'm increasing in the steps, so that as I can keep them going. I'm not going to come straight back off and go straight onto the takeaway foods. I'm not going to McDonald's and stuff like that. I'm going to do step 3, and then once I finish step 3, I may go to step 4, and I may just continue on until I get to step 6, and then I am on my own from there. It's just maintenance, keeping the weight under control, making sure I don't overeat. So it's definitely a good key to have. As Joanne was saying as well, the water is a very important part of it. A lot of people struggle with keeping like drinking water, because water is a very, very key plan. And like we have had people that have joined us. One of my good friends that's also on plan in Ireland. He was addicted to energy drinks as well as fizzy juice. Couldn't he really struggled keeping keeping to water on its own. So he found one of the water flavourings, the watermelon one, the Cambridge supply, and he has been absolutely fine ever since with drinking water. The water flavourings are stunning for helping out and keeping, as I said earlier, your sweet tooth at bay, as well as helping you take in the water that you do need to keep going for the day. You do need your water. You do need your water intake, and your consultant will tell you how much water you do need to take in for that plan, or whatever stage you're on, or for your BMI, your weight, whatever you need. They'll let you know how much water you need to drink per day.
Actually, by the British kind of health organisation or whatever it is, recommend 2 litres of water a day. On plan, it's recommended 2.25, but I will always say 3. Now, this can include tea and coffee. However, I always say tea and coffee is not included, basically because I think water is such a good nutrition in itself. It does so much good for your skin, for your hair, for your nails, for everything, that water as it is amazing. And to be able to get the body working is, make sure your body's at 80% water, so you need to put the water in to take the water out. So you need to be kind of constantly refueling on the water. And the 3 litres, I find, is a manageable thing. If you can manage more, if you are a good water drinker, then go for it. If you prefer to drink tea all day and can only get tea down because you struggle with water, or you can get like a litre of water and the rest is in tea, that's fine. It's fluid, as long as it's kind of non-sweetened. So no artificial sweeteners you can use as the tablet sweeteners in tea and coffee. And if you speak to your consultant, they'll tell you whether you can have milk or not, and it depends what step you're on and whether you can have milk. However, see if milk's going to keep you on plan, respotting your coffee is not going to hurt you. But it needs to be red milk, so you're talking skimmed milk, which sometimes is just nice. I miss milk quite a lot. I'm without milk just at the moment, so...
Yeah.
The TDR step is kind of quite difficult. If you're doing it by the book, then it's no milk on plan, and you're only allowed the certain products and the water flavourings and the mix and mousse and stuff like that. But it's a good kind of boost to get yourself back into the mindset. Do you want to cover your first week?
Yeah, my first week on plan, I unfortunately was very, very ill, and I was on a lot of medication. I kind of breezed through my first week, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Well, fortunately for me, it was not tough at all. Everything was in place for me. I was given all my products. I had made up my shakes. Joanne was, because I was really, really on very high medication, Joanne had actually made all my dinners for me. But the dinners were stunning. A lot of people don't realise that you can use cloud bread while you're on the Cambridge Weight Plan, which really helps a variety in your dinners. So you can have you can make a pizza using a cloud bread base and some mince and some veg through it, like green peppers, shallots, stuff like that. You can put all that through it as well, and it's really nice. I have got some pictures as well through my vlogs of all the meals that I've had as well. There's other ones that you can have, like you can put some chicken burger together using cloud bread, just 2 pieces, pop your chicken in between it, wee bit of salad. It's lovely as well. That's also on my vlogs. There's loads of pictures all through for all the dinners with an explanation of what they are.
If you want to know how to make them, then leave us a wee comment and we can talk you through it, or direct you to a page where you can actually have a look at the different step 2 recipes, because there is one on the Facebook.
Yeah. So just ask questions if you've got any questions, guys, as we go. I know we are going pretty quick, but if you do have any questions, just feel free to jump in. The chat is opened. So the next part about it was I loved the shakes. I took to the shakes straight away. The vanilla straight shake especially, you can do so much with it. You can add flavourings to it. You can add coffee to it and create a frap. You can blend it up with some ice. There's loads of stuff you can do. You can turn it into a mousse with some of the water flavourings that you've got as well. It's amazing, the product that you get for the vanilla shake. There's so much you can do with it. The other things that you can do as well is like, if you're still struggling with water, I am not a fan of this myself because it's a texture issue, but you can create ice lollies. Just the same again, just make it up as a drink and put it in the trays and freeze it. It's really that simple for the ice lollies. It's brilliant. It's so good. The other parts that I did have was I was originally using the porridge for my breakfast and a soup at night. I changed that round once the weather started getting much nicer. I changed it round to a shake in the morning, or which would be actually the afternoon. It would normally be 2 o'clock. I would start my products. So I changed up to a habit of a strawberry shake at 2 in the afternoon, which was in work. That would be my lunch. Then I would come home to my 200-calorie meal along with my 200-calorie product. So I would have them together as a large meal. And then I would still have my 200-calorie product left at the end, which I eventually started turning into mousses, which I was skeptical of doing. because I didn't think I would like it, but I really did. It was lovely. The cappuccino mousse, especially the product for the cappuccino was really, really good. It tastes amazing. It's brilliant. I really liked the chocolate orange and the chocolate mint mousse as well. Joanne doesn't like chocolate orange, so I went through quite a lot of that. And yeah, so that was eventually what happened for me while I was on plan. I did get into a routine, the things that I liked, so it was a constant base of things that I was getting. I did change it up a couple of times, getting smoothies. The smoothies are really nice as well, but they're more of a sweet thing, and I'm more a savoury person. So I found the mousses better than the smoothies, as they were a wee bit too sweet for me. Yeah, so we will start moving along to other things like the mousses and the jellies, and I have no idea what that is you have there, my dear.
I have jellies.
But, these are jellies with mousse on the top.
So,
yeah, up there.
Okay, right. So the top layer is a vanilla mousse with raspberry and elderflower water flavouring, and the bottom layer is jelly, which is made with raspberry and elderflower water flavouring also. They're very tasty.
Right. Ken just asked us a wee question there about how I feel about going into the next part of the plan after doing my first 60 days there. I am actually really looking forward to coming back on plan. My mindset is so much clearer now that I've finished, and it gives you it's strange to say that I do feel so much lighter. And last night, I have been off plan for a couple of days now over the weekend, as I'd mentioned at the beginning. I did, however, have a takeaway thinking that I was craving it, and unfortunately, I was unbelievably disappointed with it. I also had what I was craving as a roll and sausage yesterday, thinking that would be good as well, and that was also very disappointing. The roll was not very nice, and the sausage was very, very bad. So Joanne's having her products as well while we're on stream. Yeah, the other things that you can do, like a lot of people didn't know that you can make frappuccinos. The frappuccinos that you can make are using the vanilla shake product. I used 2 spoonfuls of coffee in mine. I do enjoy my coffee, so I had 2 spoonfuls of coffee in mine, along with the amount of water that you would use for your shake. So just shake it up as normal in your shaker or your blender or whatever it is you're using to put your shake together, and then put it in a blender again and add some ice. Just blend that up for a few minutes and stick it in a pint glass, stick it in a tall glass, whatever you want. And it's really, really nice. It has helped a lot of people that have been really struggling with keeping the shakes down. They do like their coffee, so it did help to keep it going. A lot of them used to go to Starbucks and have the fraps there, and there's no difference at all in the taste for them. So yeah, there is the jellies that Joanne has been making as well, which you can get through the water flavourings and the Mix-a-Mousse pots, and you can use that to create the jelly. As if your body is used to healthier. Sorry, the writing is very small. As if your body is healthy, intake of all the bad stuff, such as you can see, all these years, and not really that nice. And yeah, it definitely gives you a different sense of taste. Now that I have been on plan for the 2 months, the 60 days, which is the 2 months essentially, once I did go back to my normal, what would have been my normal routine if I wasn't on plan, yeah, you definitely taste the difference in the foods that you ate before. It's not as nice. It doesn't taste the same as what you would remember it. And I did feel a little bit sick after it. I also used to have issues with my knee. My knee used to get really, really sore before plan. When I was on plan, for whatever reason, I can't say why, because I don't know, but I had absolutely no pain in my knee. And yesterday I had an absolute ton horrible pain shooting down from my knee to my ankle and my left leg. and it's been so long since I had that pain. I also had that pain when I was a child, and it was a constant thing. It just continued on for years. But for whatever reason, I had no pain while I was on plan. I don't know if that was just I was getting a break or whatever, but I honestly couldn't tell you. But I thought I would mention it anyway. That it did come back yesterday, and that was just after I had finished plan. So I don't know whether it was coincidence or not, but it's worth mentioning. Your mindset is definitely a lot clearer when it comes to food. You don't feel like you need as much. Uh, Joanne was bad to me yesterday. She went out and she bought me my weakness, which is crisps.
It was a food cuddle.
It was a huge bag of crisps and 4 bars of chocolate.
It was a food cuddle.
So like I have managed over the 2 days now to only eat 2 bars of the chocolate, and that was one each day. I honestly cannot take in any more. What would you say about the assistance of the Cambridge consultants? Hi, Joe. In comparison to the horror stories that you hear other diets. Well, I honestly, when I was younger as well, I did try like Weight Watchers and stuff. I find that there isn't as much help within there. You do have a larger community of people brought together in one room to help you, but I prefer a one-to-one, which definitely makes it more personal. So with your consultant, it's always a one-to-one. They do come to you if they need to. They will come over, they'll weigh you, they'll keep you on plan. They are also a great help and support. They will give you choices and things that you can have. They'll give you choices in your products. If you don't like them, you can switch them. There's lots of other things that they do. The products themselves is also really good because they have a larger variety. I find that the Cambridge had a better variety than, say, Weight Watchers, Slimming World. What was the one that James was doing? Herbalife. There's just such a much better variety of foods and products that you can have from them. And as Joe was saying earlier, you can see all the benefits you get from the products within the packaging. If you just look at the back, it tells you everything you gain from it, which you don't get in Weight Watchers. You don't get this in Slimming World. It's just
not this in any other diet plans at all.
yeah, pretty much. So it's just there is so much to benefit from this, and we're just trying to make people aware that this is available and here to help people. I'm proof of how much it helps.
I think the biggest reason that I picked Cambridge was because it was one-to-one support, and it is highly important that you find the consultant that is suitable for you. There are many different consultants out there. You have to be very careful about who you pick and who you choose. You have to make sure that they are the right person for you. Do a bit of research online. All the consultants are listed on the website, and if they're not, then they shouldn't be selling you anything, Cambridge. Do not buy your products online. Do not get Exactly products and Total Diet, any other very low calorie diet products. Don't get them online. You don't know what you're buying for a start. You don't know whether they're in date. You don't know if they've been damaged. You don't know if they've been laced with anything. Go to a registered, accredited consultant, because we have to go through training. We have to sit more, to take tests. We have to be certified to be able to help people, because this is people's health we're playing with here. So we need to make sure that we are doing right by you, and medically that is like we've got like a license, so that's the best thing. But the one-to-one consultancy thing, I mean, with Weight Watchers, it's a group of like Jeans and Bettys going around, oh, I had a scone and I lost a pound this week. Well done you, but you're not changing your behaviour with the way you're eating food. Why did you get fat in the first place? Have you changed the way that you're looking at food? And see if a consultant doesn't challenge why you got as big as you did. I mean, I was colossal. Well, for my frame, I'm only 5'2", so you're talking 18 stone 10, 5'2", BMI of 46.4. I mean, that is like early grave stuff. And if you don't have a consultant who's actually pushing you to ask the reasons why you got to the stage you were and trying to change the way you are around food. I mean, if that's your case, if you have that issue, generally people who do the Cambridge Weight Plan have that issue that they need to change their attitude towards food and their attitude towards their own health, and it comes a lot from self-esteem and trying to work through that. So your consultant is key in being able to get your weight off, keep you on track, and help you through maintenance and make sure that you don't put the hard work that you've lost all your weight back on again, because that's where the hard work will start.
Yeah. Ken also did say, yes, all of diet plans do have their ups and downs. They do indeed. Again, Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers has got a group community where you do go to groups for help. We also give that as well in the consultancy that you can get. Most consultants do have Facebook groups. You can try and arrange meetings, but a lot of people like to keep to themselves when they're on a diet. That's what puts most people off things like Weight Watchers and stuff. Other people like to brag and get into like massive community groups and say, oh, look at how much I've lost, to people that are struggling. And some people don't have another option at the moment, apart from Weight Watchers and Slimming World, as Cambridge is still building. So, yeah, there is their ups and downs for things like that as well.
It's very much diet-wise is horses for courses. If you have problems with eating, or if you've gotten to the stage where you're hitting morbidly obese, then I mean, Cambridge is suitable. I have had people who are on plan who only have a couple of stone to lose. Generally, you would say, you know, why are they coming to me? They're going to Weight Watchers, but they could go like lose that at the gym. Or I've got people who only had maybe 1.5 stone to lose, couldn't physically exercise basically because of health issues, problems with like something wrong with the brain or something. Not entirely sure, but like people not actually being allowed to do physical exercise apart from very light and moderate. So they're busting it, trying to actually lose the weight, and it's not happening for them. But it's Cambridge, I think. Weight Watchers, you know, I'll give them props. They're all over there, but they're also a multi-million pound business, and you need to ask yourself, why are they a multi-million pound business? Aye, people lose the weight, but they keep going to the meetings and they keep the gold thing, the gold member. Once you get a gold membership, then it's fine. You don't get charged for it. But they make their money on people not succeeding. So if you think about it, Betty and Jean and all the rest of it lose £1 a week. Them are having a lovely day out. But serious health issues, they've helped a lot of people. I'm not dissing them at all, because Weight Watchers do have a brilliant community base, and they do have some fantastic web stuff. Some of their app is outstanding. The help and support you can get through the 24/7 chat is good. However, it doesn't suit everybody, and all weight plans are very much horses for courses. Like, I personally can't do Slimming World, basically because it gives you a list of food that you can have, eat as much as you want on it. You can eat as much potatoes and mince and all the rest of it. See, if you tell me that I can eat as much as I want on that list, I see that as a challenge, and I'm going to try my best to eat every single thing on that list and more. But that's basically it's horses for courses. Cambridge doesn't fit for all, but it's had such a bad rep in the past that people are unwilling to try it because people have done it wrong. People have basically gone on, lost weight, and gone, all right, I think I'm going out for a pizza tonight. And then the thing is with Cambridge is, because it's a very low carbohydrate diet, it can go back on as quick as it came off. Yeah. So you need to watch what you're doing, and that's why you have your accredited, fully trained consultants to actually help you guide through the food choices and all the rest of it. So that is why the Cambridge Weight Plan kind of appealed to me, because of the one-to-one coaching and because of all the head stuff that, you know, ties me to emotion. I'm like, everybody emotionally eats. I don't care who you are in the world. If you feel sad, you know fine well that a chocolate bar is going to make you feel better for 10 minutes. Everybody in the world knows that. If you don't like chocolate, then it's crisps. But everybody has a comfort food that they go to when they feel bad, sad, anxious, depressed, happy. excited, nervous, any emotion under the sun. So even changing your way you're thinking around food is very important. And that's why sometimes with Cambridge, you take the food completely out of the equation and you can concentrate fully on your relationship with food. Because let's face it, basically, if you get into the, like I was about the 18 stone mark, you're pretty much sure you're going to have like a bad relationship with food. What?
Ken's just put in the chat, are not liking ice cream like some strange people.
Aye.
Yeah, I am one of those people.
You.
I do not like ice cream or ice lollies.
I'm going to make ice cream later on. We were talking about what to do with products, right? So yeah. I'll go a wee bit over the TDR stuff, right? So
I'm going to say one more thing. Ken did say that this is a group that does advertise more on the health side rather than the money side, which is completely correct. Every single person that I have seen within the Cambridge Weight Plan has all been about the health. You can check it yourselves. Look up just Facebook. Facebook search Cambridge Weight Plan. You will see the community itself. It is staggering how many people help each other, even if they're not consultants. Just help each other themselves, just by putting up vlogs, posts, telling people hints, tips, and tricks like this.
Facebook's
just
really good.
Support. Also, Twitter and Instagram, that is staggering as well. The amount of people that you will see on there that are just helping with, like Joanne said earlier, just Facebook pages, Twitter areas where you can go to that gives you step 2 diet plan meals that you can have for 200 calories, showing you and telling you how to make them using videos. It's astounding the amount of help that you do have within the Cambridge Weight Plan. Even the consultants themselves, you will get them everywhere within any diet plan. You will have some consultants that are in it just for money, but you can see them and weed them out so fast. It's just amazing. The community is brilliant, and I'm so happy that I've actually managed to find it, and I will continue on the whole plan. I think I will go. I've been considering it for a couple of weeks now, and I think I might actually go through every single step until I get to where I want, and then continue step 6.
You're going to do 1B?
Well, no, I'll continue on from where I am. Step 2 to step 3 onwards until step 6, which is maintenance.
Aye.
I'm thinking I want to do that because I have the strangest relationship with food, that I don't exercise enough for the amount of calories that I eat. So this keeps that at bay for me, and I can exercise at whatever leisure that I can, which would help me. Because
the thing is that your decrease in weight will help you exercise, that you want to exercise now. Yeah,
exactly. The amount of energy that you have, it does make you want to go out walking, which we have been doing. We have got Fitbits and everything else, just tracking our steps, making sure everything's going well, keeping track of the water intakes, everything is, it's just amazing. It's such a good plan.
I mean, energy-wise and exercise-wise, basically, if you think about yourself, if you're carrying around a box all day, that's going to get heavy and it's going to make you feel tired. Basically, when you're overweight, it's the same thing. You're carrying around so much weight, it takes too much energy so you're spending all your money, your energy actually moving, because it takes a lot of energy to move. That's why people who are larger or have higher BMIs are on a higher calorie program. So they'll start maybe at step 3 and work their way down the way. You've got to be a certain BMI to be able to do these steps, like TDR. If you put somebody with a 50 BMI of 50, so you're talking maybe like 30 stone on a 450 calorie plan, they're going to crash and burn. They're going to seriously injure themselves. But that's why we get the training. That's why we're consultants. But if they go on the internet and they buy these products and go, I'm going to lose weight, they could end up in hospital. But it's basically because you're larger, you need the calories to be able to actually move your body. But as your body gets smaller, you don't need as many calories. Which is what you'll find is sort of like as you've gotten smaller, it is easier to move. It's easier to get in and out of the car.
I've got so much more energy, and like Joanne said, I feel so much lighter in myself. Like I do feel like movements are not so much hassle. I did actually complain all over the place about having back problems. I was off work for a week with a sore back, and once the weight had came off, I started to feel release in my back, and it just get easier and easier and easier to move about. And now I have absolutely no pain in my back. I was at the doctor's. I was in really strong pain meds, and as I'd said, that was at the beginning of my plan. That was the pain meds that I was on. They literally knocked me out because I couldn't deal with the pain that I was getting in my back, and I believe it was because of the weight that I was. So it was a struggle for me just getting out of bed. And now I'm no issue in out of cars, up and down stairs. I was getting tired walking downstairs. That's you know it's a bad sign when you get tired when you walk out your door, or you walk down a set of stairs and you're knackered. So I do feel so much better in myself.
What's he saying?
Same with myself with the I can't see that, sorry.
I'll touch a wee bit
Oh,
more.
with the arthritis, that's what it is there. Oh, and the psoriasis, yeah. And you know how bad I was even at the start of the year. Yeah, man, I'm so happy that it is helping you, and you are getting on really well. The weight that you have lost so far between you and Kelly is staggering. I'm so happy for both of you, and I can't wait to see what your next one brings. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it, buddy.
Health-wise, I'll touch a wee bit on my health benefits from losing weight. Obviously, as I said about the plantar fasciitis. So for that, I was on what's that? Painkillers.
Sertraline?
No, that's Cocodamol. There we go. Begins with an S. There we are. Right, so your Cocodamol that begins with an S. Sulfadol was what I was trying to spit out my face there.
Yeah.
So I was on 3500s, which is the strongest sulfadol and Cocodamols you can get. I had that on repeat prescription from a maniac doctor who was not checking me out.
One more thing. Yes, Ken, if Kelly's got a question for Joe, that's absolutely fine. Just ask away. I'm sure I'll let her know what the question is. She can't read the screen. So.
No, I kind of see nothing. No, I'm just quite happy sitting here, just chilling. But I was on 3500, so I was taking 2 a day, so that's 70 milligrams of codeine. I was basically physically addicted to codeine because my weight was so bad that the pressure on my feet was killing me. I would rather actually, the pain in my feet got to the stage where it was not getting taken away by the Codamol, and I was just in constant pain anyway, so it didn't really matter. But then I was scared to come off Codamol because the detox pain is sometimes worse than the actual foot pain. So I was proper addicted to painkillers for 4 years. And I started losing the weight, and I had painkillers, and I switched doctors, and they turned around and said, "You're not getting any more." And I basically came off Codamol that week. Well, I tried to wean myself off it, and I went to ibuprofen. I am now no longer on ibuprofen, no any pain meds at all, basically because I don't have the extra pressure and the extra weight pushing on all my joints. And yeah, it's I've also got another lady who is was it blood pressure she was taking off of? Yes, it was. She was on 3 tablets of blood pressure medications in one day, and in her first week of being on plan, she went down to 2 tablets instead of 3 tablets. Also got another lady who has problems with arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Whilst on plan, step 2 she was doing, she had absolutely no problems, no pain at all from her arthritis and conditions in her legs, and that's just the health benefits that you can get from doing this.
Okay, so Kelly is asking, what would you say to a woman who week by week it seems to be losing less and less? Over the space of 4 weeks, she's lost 5, then 3, then 2, then 1. She has a fear that it's going to just flat out stop. What motivation would you give her?
Right. first of all, well done. You've lost 11 pounds in 4 weeks. That's outstanding. On any other plan, you wouldn't get 11 pounds, because that is well done. That is brilliant. Your weight may start slowing, basically because the less weight you have to lose, the harder it is to shift off. But however, with ladies, you can retain water at certain times of the month. So it depends on your monthly cycle and stuff like that as well. People with women, especially with medical conditions, with hormonal, I have an underactive thyroid, so this is why it kind of works with me. Women with, I have another lady who has PCOS, with polycystic ovary syndrome. Those kind of conditions are clinically proven that it's difficult to lose weight on. So any weight loss you're getting on Cambridge is a good weight loss. If you think that your weight loss is slowing down, I would honestly give yourself another month on the step you're on just now, because I think you're just on the 600 calories. If you're on that and you're not happy with it, or don't be exercising too much, is my first advice. Is if you're on 600 calories, your body can't take it, and what it does, it goes into starvation mode and it holds on to every single thing that you put into it. So if you're exercising too much, being counterproductive, and you should just be gentle exercise, walking, swimming, you're talking aqua aerobics, maybe a wee bit of like a clubber size class a week, whatever. But you're not going out to run marathons or anything on that kind of calories.
You've also got to think about as well, if you don't have a lot of fat to burn and you're not taking in that amount of calories, you are gaining muscle. Mm-hmm. Muscle is heavier than fat. Yeah. So if you are gaining muscle and you've not got the fat to burn, you're going to get heavier.
Aye.
So you're counterbalancing everything. If you're still losing and you're still managing to exercise, well done. Like, aye. I would take every pound I get for that, and just be happy, because you're gaining the muscle that you would want in that case. And I still wouldn't advise it again, as Joanne says, because you aren't getting the calories in that you do need. But if you're still losing, a loss is a loss at the moment, and you're gaining muscle.
Okay. If you find that your weight loss will come up and down, it just goes up and down. You found there was a lassie that I've got went 5, 3, 1, 1, and the last 2 weeks she's pulled out the bag 4. So she's pulled 2 4s. And it's sort of like, this is her like week number 8 or something. So your weight loss will change depending on how much water you're retaining. See, if you do plan, you drink your water, you do what your products you're supposed to do, and you just like don't hammer the exercise, then the weight will come off. It may just come off a little bit like erratic is the word of erratic. I don't know. It's my dictionary. I'm using it. So your weight loss might be and sporadic as well. That's a good word for this time of night. So your weight loss might be slightly more sporadic over a month, but take your weight loss over the month. Don't do it week by week, because that'll kill you. That'll really dishearten you. But if you really want an extra boost, then go for TDR. Speak to your consultant about TDR. However, those products are limited.
Also on TDR, do not exercise.
No, don't do it.
Don't
no.
At all.
You'll
exercise.
End up burst.
We are not saying on the step that you're on, do not exercise. Just don't overdo it. Mm-hmm. An hour is fine. Any more than that, I would say you're pushing it a wee bit too far. You're not got enough calories there to burn or to be productive in any way.
But you're talking for exercise, we're classing it as like high cardio. I would stay like on Cambridge completely. I would stay away from HIIT training completely. You do not have the calories coming in to do HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training, which is stopping and starting and building your heart rate up to a certain level, and that you kind of do it. You'll end up knocking yourself for 6. You'll just burst. I'm talking walking. So
yoga.
Aye.
Pilates.
Yeah. anything that you're using your body weight to, like resistance training and stuff like that, you're strengthening your body using your own body, that's fine. Things like that. Walking is a great thing for mental health as well. Swimming is a fantastic thing for mental health too. I personally do exercise not for weight loss. I do it for mental health wise because it gives me an outlet to vent all my, I don't know, stuff. I can't have a chocolate bar, so I'm going to go and smash things and combat
Anything that
anything.
won't get the heart going so much.
Aye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But if you want to try, if you're still kind of complacent and you're not happy with things, speak to your consultant about a T range, which is the lower calorie range. So if you can do step 1A and your BMI is 25 plus a stone. So say if you were BMI, like my BMI 25 is 9 stone 13. So if I was 10 stone 13, I couldn't do it. Any more than 10 stone 13, then I can do it. So I can do it. But it would be a case of that limited products. So you've got a choice of 4 shakes, a soup, a chicken and mushroom soup, 2 bars, so your lemon bar and your peanut bar, and your original porridge. And they do taste exactly the same as the normal products, they're just smaller. Your 4 shakes are vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and banana. So they are a limited product, but if you want to try a wee boost for yourself, then speak to your consultant about it. But take the advice of your consultant because they are obviously trained, professionally trained, to be able to help you and understand what your body's going through.
Yeah. Oh, okay, guys. So what we're going to do now is we've actually spread this out a lot further than we wanted to. So we're going to keep going anyway. But we'll move on to products now. What we can do with many different things like your vanilla shakes or your jellies, like I'd said earlier. We'll try and go into some things that you can do with them just to make them a little bit different. Like I had mentioned earlier about the fraps, that they are my favourite product. I absolutely love them. I am happy to stay on them for a lifetime. Like they are brilliant. I stand by them 100%. That the vanilla shake is the most versatile of the products that you can have. You can do so much with it, and even as a mousse on its own, without any flavours or anything in it, it tastes fantastic. Kelly just wanted to say thanks for the boost. Honestly, it's a lot of help.
No worries.
Oh, thank you very much, Kelly.
No worries. I would say my favourite, like I'm not a big vanilla fan, but my favourite product on the TDR range is vanilla. Basically because I can do so much with it. I put, what I do, you can make a lemon cheesecake flavour with vanilla, a wee bit of lemon lime flavouring, bit of ginger, mix it all up. I do mousses. I'm a mousse-tastic person. I love it because I like to chop things. I feel like if you drink things all day, it's very, very boring. So I like to chop things. So it's something to get my teeth into. And so I find that mousses actually make me happier than shakes. But even with the frappes, you can use different flavours. So see if you want a mocha frappe, you can use the chocolate shake and coffee. The toffee walnut shake, you can adapt and put coffee. There is a cappuccino shake that you can put a wee bit more coffee in as well. And see if you want a different flavour coffee. We have the beanies. We do have the beanies. So these are just some that I pulled out of the cupboard. Amaretto and almond. I haven't tried that as a frappuccino, but I have done it as a mousse always. Amaretto and almond with raspberry and water, raspberry and elderflower water flavouring, with the coffee and what else? Chocolate shake as a mousse, tastes like Black Forest Gâteau. So that's one.
Ken had just mentioned there as well that we just recently found, well, actually, he found a post that he sent on to us that has the recipes that you can use the products that taste like chocolate bars.
You should have access to that as well. So see if you want to chop and change and mix things up a wee bit, speak to them because they see if they're worth their weight in gold. They'll know what to do with things to make it more interesting.
Yeah, so he had just put in the chat there that half a chocolate and half a vanilla mixed together, it tastes very much like a Milky Way. It is.
Milky Bar.
Is that a Milky Bar?
No, it's a Milky Way.
It's a Milky Way,
I'm
right.
sorry, I'm talking rubbish.
Yeah, so it does. It tastes very, very good. And that's just another one that we were using as an example, that we were going to use as an example for killing that sweet tooth that a lot of people do have and crave. So it does help to stop that eating urge for sweeties.
The good thing about the Beanies coffees, they do come in different flavours, different varieties. So you've got cinder toffee, you've got caramel popcorn, there's cookie dough, which you love as a mousse.
I love the cookie dough.
Cookie dough with a vanilla mousse actually does taste like a cappuccino mousse. I must admit that's actually decent.
It's lovely.
My most favourite cappuccino mousse that I've ever made is, I have talked about this on my vlog, is with the cheapest, crappiest decaf coffee from Aldi's, and it's cheap as chips. Spoonful of that, vanilla shake, scoop of the Mix-a-Mousse, which is up here.
Is that the,
no, that's the
not the
one.
next one? Yeah.
That one. Scoop of the Mix-a-Mousse. So this is basically powdered gelatin. This is a godsend. See if you want, if you're struggling, if you're having issues, ask your consultant how to use this and what to do with it. And if they're like me, they will come round and try and set fire to your house. Or maybe not. They'll maybe, that only happened the once when I was trying to make a cloud bread pizza for somebody.
She was showing one of the clients how to make cloud bread and doesn't know how to use a gas oven very well, and set the baking paper on fire.
It was a thing. It happens. It's all good. It's just. But the Mix-a-Mousse thing, you can use, that is powdered gelatin. You use it in any of your shakes to make it into mousse. You can put it into your shakes to make it thicker. You can also make the jellies with it. Now the jellies turns into a free product. So see if you are having a stage where you want to eat. Like I have a lot of stages where I just want food. So I don't bite my nails. I actually just eat the jelly. And I always have constant jelly sheet, and I'll tell you that in the fridge I have miles of jelly. Every day I make extra jellies. But I was speaking about the vanilla shake, wasn't I? Lemon cheesecake, right? So lemon cheesecake, vanilla shake. Vanilla shake, half a teaspoon, because it's really strong, half a teaspoon of the lemon lime water flavouring, ginger, Mix-a-Mousse, make it into a mousse or make it into a shake. Tastes like a lemon cheesecake. I do the lemon and lime jelly, and then I put the mousse on top and layer it like I did with the raspberry ripple. That's amazing. And then with the vanilla also cappuccino flavour mousse. Basically the TDR flavours are a bit mint, so I like to kind of spice things up a wee bit. You can also put the coffee into the chocolate, make a mousse that way. And also TDR style, you don't have the option of a mint chocolate, and mint chocolate's my favourite flavour, so you can use a wee bit of peppermint essence in it, and it does taste like one of the mint chocolate shakes.
One other thing Joanne hasn't mentioned about the jelly is she does actually on her YouTube channel have a step-by-step how to make the traffic light jelly, and it looks great. If you're looking for something that looks and tastes really good, that kills that sweet tooth again, have a wee look at that. It definitely has helped out a lot of people. Again, I have an issue with textures. Jelly is not my thing. But the mousses that she's saying, yeah, I love every single kind of mousse that we've had so far. So yeah, I'm loving the mousses.
The mousses are good. See if you're wanting a good big portion, like 250 maximum. Ice cold water needs to be ice cold. The icy colder it is, that's a word. My dictionary. Don't even start me. So that even if you're being anal like me and keep your water in the fridge that you use for your mousses, and that's for your mousses and nobody else to drink. So if I use ice cold water and it sets quicker, this is the thing I have discovered. And if you want a big mousse, then the heat scoop of the Mix-a-Mousse, and then your shake. Always mix your dry ingredients first together. Otherwise, they separate when you're doing the zhuzh, and then it doesn't go well. Use a hand blender, ice cold water, jug, done for your mousse.
And watch your fingers.
Aye,
okay. Okay. Slightly off topic. Naomi has came in and got shy straight away when she realised it was you on the TV. Oh, that's cute. Hi, Naomi.
So that's the mousse. The jelly also used ice cold water. Jelly is a scoop and a half. So 15 mils of, or a 15, like I've got baking spoons, and 15 ml scoop of Mix-a-Mousse, a teaspoon of your water flavouring. If you don't like strong jelly, then you can put in less water flavouring, but I like a good teaspoon. And a pint of ice cold water in a big blender. and fire it on, and then it takes approximately 2 hours to set, but I just leave it overnight, and I have a constant system where I just rotate jellies and keep making them. Just because it's so easy, it only takes like 2 minutes to make jellies, and then that's you set. If you do need a quick snack, it's there.
As Joanne said as well, it's completely free. You can make up as much jelly as you want. You can eat as much of it through the day as you want. It is literally just water flavouring.
The Mix-a-Mousse can have an adverse effect. Like you get 2 side effects with this.
Yeah.
You can be on the Cambridge weight plan, because you're not taking in as much food, you can be constipated. Mix-a-Mousse can have the effect that can sort that out straight away.
Oh yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I have not had this issue, but I have heard of others that have had this issue.
Yes, it's basically if you have too much powdered gelatin, it can just Okay, so savoury wise, for snacks for savoury, some people who don't like the sweet stuff are really just craving something savoury. We have that one. That one. Golden water vegetable flavouring. It's basically like stock. So it's like taking a stock cube. You can mix that with a scoop of Mix-a-Mousse, and I'm saying nothing about a cloudy apple.
Yeah,
okay.
Don't.
And a scoop of Mix-a-Mousse, curry powder, and a teaspoon of the water flavouring. Mix the dry ingredients to first, make into a wee paste with hot water, and drink that. And it's like drinking like a curry soup, like a mulligatawny. Even that, or just golden vegetable with a scoop of Mix-a-Mousse alone, makes it thicker. So the Mix-a-Mousse kind of helps thicken that up a bit.
I personally, again, have texture issues, and I did not like it with the Mix-a-Mousse. But no. that was me personally.
You like the curry one though?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So that's what, if those are free as well, I would say try and just have one a day. Because of the salt content, you can end up retaining water. However, see if it's going to keep you on plan, just go for it. But I wouldn't count it towards your intake, because that's got saltiness. It's the same as if I go and do a class at gym. Any water that I drink in gym, I don't count it towards my daily intake, basically because the sweat that you're pouring out in the gym, or in my Step Touch Shabam class, which is basically quite boring. But any water I drink in there, if I actually manage to get a sweat on, then it replaces the fluids anyway. Also, see if you're having like your side effects, right? I'll quickly run through the side effects. So you're talking first week: dizziness, sore head, nausea, constipation, hair loss, and that's all I can think of just now. Right, so dizziness, golden vegetable, water flavor. Dizziness can be caused by a drastic change in blood pressure. So it's basically, you see when you're getting down, you stand back up too quickly and the room spins, you need a golden vegetable, because it's to do with your blood pressure, and it helps with the salt in there, helps kind of regulate your blood pressure a wee bit.
Ken says, Step Touch Shabam. That sounds interesting.
It's a class that is, a little bit kind of dull. but it kind of is better than sitting on my backside doing nothing, so we go for it. And it's decent music sometimes as well, so we'll just see how it goes. Sore heads in the first week are from carbohydrate withdrawal. So if your diet's been heavy in carbohydrates, you'll get a sore head because that's your withdrawal.
That is also accounting anybody that may be addicted, which we have seen, addicted to any energy drinks. You could have really severe withdrawal symptoms.
Withdrawals. It basically feels like a 3-day hangover's hit you all at once. You've been hit like a bus.
Yeah.
Bus like knocked out by, like, gone 10 rounds of Mike Tyson, that kind of thing. You just actually feel done, and as I would say, burst. But that is basically your body kind of withdrawn from all the bad crap that you've been putting into it for the past wee while, all the chemicals and all that kind of rubbish. But with me, it's carbohydrate headaches. But drink the water, and the water helps kind of settle that down. If you make it through the first week, then you're flying. And I always say this to all my clients. Day 1, you're buzzing because you're starting something new. Day 2, the buzz starts to wear off. Day 3, you're stuttered. You can't be arsed anymore. But that's when your consultant contacts you and says, how are you getting on? Day 4, you're a wee bit, my weigh-in's coming up. Day 5, you're like, I'm buzzing from my weigh-in. By 6, you're hitting a stage where you're not hungry anymore, and you're like buzzing for your weigh-in. So it takes a week. Mind you, see with any diet plan or anything at all, it takes a week, and it takes 21 days to build a habit to make that change. So see if you do something enough for 21 days, then it becomes a habit, and that's where you basically go. So you need to give it time. You need to give it that week. You can't go, oh, I've got a really sore head, I'm going to give this up, because basically sore heads is a good sign. Being cold, stinky breath's the best one. See if you're the stinkier breath, stinkier the better. Just carry a toothbrush around and warn people.
That's when you know you're in ketosis. That's the whole point in the diet. So, yeah.
Basically, the whole way it works is it creates a calorie deficit that puts your body into a different state. This is why you have to stay on it 100%. You can't turn around and go, oh, I'm going to do this for 5 days and go for a 2-day bender at the weekend. You can't do that because you're being counterproductive. Plus, as well, you're going to, your heart's going to explode, man. So your 5 days, if you're doing this properly, it puts your body into a chemical state. So how it works. Everybody in the world uses carbohydrates to burn food for fuel. So they use food for fuel. Once this plan works on using up all your carbohydrate stores and working on burning your fat for fuel. It's called a ketogenic kind of process. If you search for ketogenic diets online, you will see a lot of people who go to the gym and actually basically do this. They will bulk up on proteins and run a very low carbohydrate diet, but they use their fat for fuel or their main source of protein for fuel, as opposed to carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are good, but you need to refined carbohydrates, not good. Bad. So your fat gets burned for fuel. That's why stinky breath and coldness, because you're not putting as many calories in. So that's why you end up absolutely freezing and going to bed with a hat on.
Yeah, I have been overly warm the last couple of days, even though the weather's been lovely. Apart from that, I have been, again, overly warm because I'm now putting more carbs into my body, which is burning off in heat. It's been burnt off in my body as heat, and I am absolutely stewing.
Mm-hmm. All the time.
Yeah, I'm struggling with it. I love the heat. A lot of people that know me would tell you I love the heat, but I am struggling with this.
I've always said to Jaden,
lovely is the wrong word for the weather.
I've always said that you'll always know if I've had a bad day because I am like a radiator. I am just too warm.
She just produces heat.
Yeah. It's the quickest way your body gets rid of the excess calories and the excess sugar and stuff that you're putting into your body, is just to kind of get rid of it through heat.
Ken says you'd live in a hot water bottle. You probably.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so we were still going through withdrawals and side effects.
Pretty much everything else. Hair loss, it looks like bad stuff, but actually it's not as much as you think. I did get freaked out because I've got very fine hair anyway, so losing any of it kind of scares me. But it's just, it is part and parcel of what happens, but it always looks like a lot more hair that you're losing than a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people don't get hair loss, but yeah.
I have more had
thinning.
It's been growth, actually. Like, my hair hasn't grown as fast as it normally would. Same with my beard. Normally I shave and my beard is back within, I don't know, a day, if that. And so I've found that the growth in my hair and my beard and nails even has been a little bit slower while I was on plan. I haven't seen any signs of loss, actually, which is true.
No.
Or I have noticed slight thinnings, but that could just be due to my age.
Okay. What else? We have so I covered this in this. Nausea. It's sort of like, you know what? See all these side effects that I'm listing? That's just to warn you what you could be expecting. You could be expecting. These are like the most common things.
Again, I actually had none of these at all through any of it. I had no issues whatsoever with any side effects. I had none at all. Coming up to the end, I had some issues with constipation, but I still managed to go. So
it is basically at the moment, because I'm consuming so much mixed mousse, I don't have that issue. So moving swiftly on. As I was going to say, the best side effect that you can ever get is weight loss. So you get it off and you get it quickly, which motivates you to keep going. And that's why it's such a brilliant weight loss plan, is basically because, see, on any other diet plan, you would take a long time. To lose 3 stone, you're talking at least, see if you're doing Slimming World, you're talking probably, they say, 4 months, maybe 5 months. See if you're doing Weight Watchers, probably the same, 4 or 5 months to be able to. And people who are in a state where they've become obese, that's too long to wait.
Yep.
Because as we all want yesterday, we all want
results now.
We want results fast, and because this gives you the results fast. But in no means is it a quick fix, because basically it gives you the tools to be able to drop the weight. However, once the weight's off, you've still got work to do. You can't just rest on your laurels and say, oh, well, I've done this now, because believe me, it comes back twice as fast and more. So you need to listen to your consultant and do exactly what you've been told, and make sure you follow the steps properly, and just increase your calories slowly, and just take the advice of people.
Yeah. Ken also says that at the beginning, one of the worst side effects, in his opinion, that he came across was how little energy he had in the first week.
Aye.
Yes, the very early days can be really horrible for some people.
Really rough. You know what? And sometimes the energy levels, it's due to the change of hormones as well, change of chemicals. Your body basically goes into shock. So the way your body deals with shock is by just using your energy to deal with that. So that's where you'll feel drained as well. If you've had a diet that's full of artificial stuff, like you've been living on McDonald's and takeaways, or if you've been living on, like I used to function on coffee and sugar, and that was my thing. I would have like 2 cups of coffee, and I wouldn't think about twice about having a big bar of chocolate for and I'm not talking a wee one, I'm talking about Yonte for my breakfast, and that was what kept me going through the day. I mean, being 18 stone, you need a lot of energy to carry around that stuff.
Yeah.
So the more sugar and the more caffeine that I could pump into me, the better. But if you're going to do this on the first week, it will be a withdrawal, so you'll feel drained because you're not putting the same energy sources in. Your energy sources are changing from crappy nutrition to good nutrition, so your body just does go into shock, and that's where you feel a bit kind of like you've gone 5 rounds with Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Ken also says it's really good for learning life skills for better decisions on food intake. Very true. Very, very true. As I said, I've told you just earlier on in the stream that I am off plan just over this weekend until Monday, when I'm starting back up again. And I haven't eaten anywhere near what I would have eaten if I hadn't done the plan. I am more aware of how much I am eating and what I'm eating. So I did, like I says, have that takeaway. I had a hoagie, which is Dora meat chips and cheese with chili sauce over it, and I was unbelievably disappointed and felt really quite sick after it. I was very bloated. I felt heavy. It was not a pleasant feeling whatsoever, and the taste of it is not what I remember it being, which is, it's disappointing in a sense, but I'm so happy that I'm not tempted again to get another one.
Well, it's good to experience that, because it tells you, if I have a bad day, the next day I feel bloated, I feel terrible wind. I'm lucky that I
Was
work
that a dig?
No, that's just me. I'm lucky I work by myself, otherwise I would be gassing out the office sometimes. But it gives you terrible wind. It makes you just feel like crap. You end up with no energy because you've put in rubbish. If you eat crap, you feel like crap, and that is so true. And that's why I always tell my people just to stay on plan, stick with it, no matter how bad the craving gets. Like, you're gonna feel like, and this is not taking the emotional side, because I don't have an emotional side. See, if I'm gonna have a bad day, I'm gonna have a bad day, sort it. And I don't have the guilt anymore. I've gone straight through that. I've like that. Oh, it doesn't matter. But see, the next day, it's not guilt. That it's physical, and you think
It's painful.
it is painful. I've actually been doubled over in pain, basically by the amount of crap that I've put in my body, and it's just. I mean, if you think about what's happening on the insides, to like the strain you're putting your heart under, your liver, your kidneys to be able to process the crap you're putting in. If you do things like that, then you're going to end up in the early grave as well. So, best thing, stick to plan, do 100%, and listen to your consultant. That's the best advice I can always give.
Yeah, Ken just says exactly what sums it up. It is a kick in the face in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is.
Definitely a boot in the face, and definitely for the right direction that you have to go in. 100%.
Right.
I think we have covered everything at the moment.
I would say more hints and tips on keeping on plan is keep busy.
Yeah,
Find
keep your
a
mind
good
busy.
distraction. Find a non-food based distraction to be able to focus on.
Other ideas for it is like myself, stream, do vlogs.
Keep yourself accountable.
Yeah. Go. There is certain points in the plan where you can exercise. Do an hour. Go to a class. Go swimming.
Go for a walk around the block.
Yeah, go for a wee walk. Take the dog out if you've got a dog. Take the cat out. Get a leash for that. But whatever keeps your mind busy. I've had a getaway from my mind for many years since I was young. Now playing games. So I just stick on the Xbox and I'm occupied. I don't feel hungry. I feel none of that while I'm playing. I just lose myself in my own wee world with it. And that really helps me. So just find a hobby, really, and that'll keep you from going further. Gamers for life, too true.
The biggest, like, see if you're not a gamer, see the biggest thing that I can give you would be clean your house, tidy your house, organise your stuff. It's sort of like your gran would always say to you, "Oh, a tidy house is a tidy mind." It is so true. See, once you organise things or clean things out or empty your cupboards, rearrange stuff, it makes you feel so much better. It's like a kind of stress relieving thing. That's for certain folk.
Also a sense of achievement in that as well, once you've done something. If you know that it has been needing done for so long and you eventually get through it, you've got a sense of achievement at the end of it.
Makes you feel good. That, and also baths. Baths are amazing. You can't eat in the bath. So if you're having, generally what you find in this, you're not physically hungry. So if you can actually be lucky enough to tell the difference between physical and emotional hunger, which I talk about on my vlogs quite a lot. Physical hunger is when your stomach is rumbling and it tells you it's hungry, and it comes on slowly, and your test is basically, could I swallow an apple just now? Could I eat an apple just now? And if the answer is yes, you need a product. If the answer is you can that way when you go, I could really go the thing you want,
chocolate,
whatever you floats your boat. I would really go a huge, massive, big scoop of ice cream with some cherry sprinkles on top, and amazing. But so if you're doing that, you're like salivating. Just now, I have waves of cravings, which are quite bad sometimes, but the key is to take yourself out of the situation. If you're having a craving, first thing to do, drink a pint of water, because that'll probably knock it on the head. I find that if I have a craving, drink a pint of water, it goes. Second thing to do is take yourself out of the situation. If you're having a craving and it's driving you insane, go for a walk. Take yourself out of, because your brain can't focus on that craving. It can't give its full attention to that craving and move your feet and go outside. All at the same time. Your brain can only give the full attention to one thing, and if you take it out of the situation that you're sitting down watching the telly, I did some really bad stuff to myself when I did plan. It was like I sat and watched Bake Off, and it was just insane.
She also made me watch Bake Off.
Okay. So it was actually just insane. I mean, I don't know why, it was sheer torture for myself, but I loved it. But if you're sitting there and Polly Hollywood is munching into his scones or Mary Berry, and you're like, oh man, I just want one. You need to take yourself out of the situation that your craving is going to go away, or else you're doing yourself no favours. You need to keep yourself busy. Find something you like doing. You're talking about gaming. That Words with Friends, that's amazing. Love it.
Oh, yeah, she's just discovered Words with
It's like
Friends
Scrabble,
through Facebook
Scrabble
Messenger.
on Facebook. Love it. It's great. Jigsaws. What else? Knitting. Some people do crocheting. Painting and decorating. Get the garden done. Get out in the nice weather. Get some vitamin D in you. It doesn't happen all that often, so just go for it. If you want to go for a swim, you know what? See if you don't want to do any of that physical stuff. Phone somebody.
Yeah, just talk to someone.
Even phone your pal and say, how are you getting on? And try not to talk about food.
Even if you're really, really struggling, your consultant is always available.
And if they're not, then they're wrong consultant. Yeah. But what you should do is, like, if I'm struggling, first part of call is I'm struggling. I admit that to myself. I really want such and such, and I'll say it out loud, and I'll tell you about it. I'm like, I really, really want this. But then it's a case of, well, it's out there. And also, like, you tell your consultant, I have messaged my consultant and said, I'm really, really struggling. And you get a reply that generally says, take yourself out of the situation. Drink water, take yourself out of the situation is your first two port of calls. Your second one is you definitely message your consultant, speak to your consultant, go on see if you're wanting to take your mind away from it. Your 100% Facebook Cambridge Weight Plan Forum is amazing. You go through, you look at pictures of people losing weight and then motivational things. Yep. You can look at if you've like dropped a lot of weight, like even just like 2 stone, you'll see a difference. If you've dropped a lot of weight, the 2 stone mark, then get a picture of yourself and you're bigger. That's motivational. Put it on the fridge, and then maybe visualization's a brilliant key as well. So if you can visualize yourself where you want to be and how you want to look, and more importantly, how you want to feel, and focus on that and do something daft. Like, I mean, a lot of people knock meditation, but see, sometimes it's really good to just take stock and just take yourself out of that situation and go somewhere and just chill.
Also, another one that definitely helped me as well is aim for a non-scale achievement. Yeah. I don't know if that's what they call it, but that's what I call it.
You call it off-scale achievement.
Off-scale achievement. Either way.
Non-scale victory.
I will. That's what she calls it. Right. Okay, so aim for one of them. Get a pair of jeans. A pair of jeans that you can't fit into. A pair of trousers. A shirt. Anything. And just aim to get into that by a certain time. And just that'll help motivate you through it.
What I did was, when I was on plan, I got weighed once a week, so I didn't have access to scales. I still do that. I still try and stay away from the scales because it can create obsessive behaviours when it comes to numbers, and numbers not what you're looking for. If you focus too much on the numbers, you will lose track of everything that's going on in your body. Now, I did keep a diary, and I've read it back, and it is a pile of rubbish. But it gives me kind of where my mindset was. I would like, day 1, energy not bad, rubbish day at work, blah, 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 could tie my shoes today. And it's crap like that. Day 2, it's sort of like, didn't have a poo today, had this for breakfast, rubbish energy, and or buzzing by the afternoon, had a slump at 3 o'clock, needed to have a coffee. Like, keep track of your little achievements, and it could be like, I was cutting my toenails and I didn't have to hold my breath. I didn't have to hold my belly up as far when I was shaving my legs. Things like that, just wee things that kind of you don't notice, but just take notice of them, because they're the things that'll keep you on track. That'll keep your brain kind of not focused on the numbers, but focused on your actual weight loss achievements, because they're the big things that'll kind of change your brain and go, well, you know, I remember when I was 18 stone and I couldn't fit through that table. I remember when I was 18 stone, I could barely get out of my car. I remember when I was 18 stone and that it took me like a wee while to get off the couch, and I couldn't actually physically cut my toenails by going like that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't cross my legs. I didn't have a lap. Like, my belly was so far out, I couldn't actually put anything on my lap. things like that. It's just those things are very important that you take notice of, and that's why I used to write them down, because if you take notice of them while they're happening, then if you slip up, or if you because I don't know, life happens. So if you slip up, then you can go back to, well, I don't want to go back to that, and try imagining how it's feeling. You know what another good thing is? Just a wee tiny thing. Put on an extra 3 layers of clothes. Put on a t-shirt, a hoodie, a jumper, and try and put a jacket on that, and that'll probably make you feel as uncomfortable as you did when you started this plan, because you won't. And try and like bend and pick things up and all the rest of it. Try and like put
How
extra padding on.
restricted you are.
Aye,
Yeah.
because it's sort of like, and then take it off and then do the same activity with how you are just normally. But if you try and do that, it's sort of like try and even walking up the stairs in like millions of clothes, and then take them all off and then try and do it again. You'll find it so much easier.
You'll also notice things like the things that I noticed when I was losing it as well halfway through, is I noticed like I could start to feel my ribs again. My ribs were coming back to me. I started to notice my hips. They were no longer completely covered in fat where I had to hunt to find them. I noticed my calves coming back. Just silly little things like that. They do keep you going. It sounds daft to say it, but they are brilliant. I'm after noticing too, Jaden, that you have the same things as me right now. It looks like your shirt is is floating on you. It is, mate. Honestly, I bought this 2 months ago, just before I started planning.
That was on the stag do?
Yeah, going to my brother, my soon-to-be brother-in-law's stag. Stag do, and this fit perfectly. Then this is now completely fallen off of me, and that was only 2 months ago. That was only just before I started planning. I am hanging out of my clothes. I have nothing that fits. I need just about a whole new wardrobe. It's an amazing feeling. It is. I do look a bit like a scruff because of it, but I'm happy. I'm not going to lie. I'm really happy. So definitely, there is silly wee things that you will notice, and definitely hang on to them, guys. Even something like double chin. I had the biggest double chin you could ever find, and it's gone. I did hide it well under a rather large beard. So, yeah.
Aye. But I just, all in all, I just think it's a very good plan, very good program. People are well trained. It's well it's researched. It's just, it's very underestimated. I mean, people focus a lot on how much it costs you and how much a week. But see, I'll just touch a wee bit on this before. Like, I have a binge eating disorder, so it's basically if I was proper in the state of binging, then I could spend at least £15 on crap at the co-op. And if you do that 7 days a week, you're talking what? £105. £105, oh my god. You get drunk for that. But
you get drunk for less than that.
You get drunk for less than that. But I would, and the thing is that you think you're buying a pound pack of, well, there's no point buying one chocolate bar at 75p. You might as well buy the pound pack, because there's 4 in there, so that's better value, isn't it? Yeah, not if you eat them all. So, but on a classic binge, but if you even add up what you buy in your weekly shop, right, so you're thinking, right, well, 50 quid a week, that could buy me a weekly shop for like 3 people. Aye, it could, but do you want to add on the alcohol you have at the weekend, the pizzas, the takeaways, everything else? See if you write down every single thing that you buy. Coffees at Starbucks, but if you're having a coffee, you gotta have a cake to go with it. Cakes at Starbucks, or you're in the train station, you're a bit thirsty, bottle of Iron Brew. You want a bottle of Iron Brew? Oh, well, you might as well have a packet of crisps. Oh, well, there's a meal deal on, so that's a £5. There you go. Boom. And it's like, if you want to actually, I found myself actually saving money on this, because I was like, well, that's my food. I can't afford to buy any other crap. I can't afford to not be on plan, basically because I'm investing this money in myself. So there you go.
Well, we just got a couple of other nice comments, and Ken, congratulations, man! Like, it's amazing to hear that your shirts. Like, I do remember your gaming shirts, and now that they're really light on you, and having to use a belt to hold up your trousers it's always a great achievement to know when you've got to that stage that you can't keep your trousers on without a belt. Like, it is actually a good feeling to get to that point. It sounds silly, but it is a really good feeling to know that now you have grown less and out of your trousers, really, essentially. Yeah. That is brilliant. And they're both, Ken and Kelly are both saying thank you so much for introducing myself to the plan. If I didn't introduce it then further to Ken and that, they would never have started it up. So thank us both very much for it. And thank you guys for coming in and watching us. I am really, really sorry we have had issues with the camera. And so it has been a bit choppy. But I hope all the information has been relayed correctly. And, well, not correctly. It has been correct. But it comes across okay because we haven't tested the mic either for this part. So I do hope it did come through loud and clear. Thank you. Thanks very much. So I am thinking I would like to do something like this every 2 weeks. Obviously not for the length of this. There's no choppiness. When we're watching it as a preview, it's very, very choppy. So I am glad that there is no choppiness in it. Thank you. But I would like to do this roughly every 2 weeks, just to kind of add in any extra little information that we may find out, whether it will be extra recipes,
new products.
Even if we think of something that we may have missed, it will definitely not be the 2 hours that we've taken to do this one, seeing as we only intended to do a half-hour talking and then a half-hour Q&A. So we will definitely cut it down and hopefully keep it at just a half an hour. But I would like to do this roughly every 2 weeks, just do a live stream and have some questions and relay some information that we do get on the Cambridge. And I will continue to vlog, guys. I am even still vlogging while I am not on plan, just to keep you all up to date on everything and how I'm feeling and what it's like when you come off plan, if you come directly off it. And I did have a bad day yesterday. I did go back to what would have been my regular habits, and I could not eat the same amount. Also felt really unwell with having some of the fattier foods, like as I said, the takeaways. So I am just keeping everybody up to date with everything. I'm testing things out, and I will be on step 3 come Monday, and I will keep you up to date every day on plan from there on a vlog. It will be on the YouTube that we are watching from here. So thanks guys, and I will pass you on to Joe if there's anything else you'd like to say.
No, I think we've done.
We've done well, and we've covered it. So
we've slept for enough time to keep everybody.
Yeah. I do thank you all again so much for coming to join us. Thanks for all the questions, Ken. And if after this you are looking for anything else, can I give a shout out to the Cork Cambridge team, Carol and Tracy? Of course you can, Carol and Tracy. Thank you so much for doing the Cambridge plan. And I really hope that everything goes well for both of you, and all your clients are just so happy. You can see it through Ken and Kelly already. Thanks very much. That's fine, buddy. Yeah, send a link. That's absolutely perfect. No problem at all. I would like to help out if we can in Ireland. That's no problem. You know that our chat is open to you as well, so you're welcome to get people to have a wee look in and see how we're getting on and things like that. So both me and Joe do have YouTube channels that we do vlog on regularly, and you're more than welcome to check us both out. So I really hope you do check us out, and good luck, guys. If you're staying on plan, please leave a message. I will be putting the stream up on my YouTube channel that you're watching from at the moment. And if you've got any comments or anything you'd like us to cover, we will cover it in 2 weeks' time. Just leave a wee comment below and we will get to it for you, and we'll make sure we have definite answers. Thank you so much, and we will see you all tomorrow in our vlogs. Have a good one.